So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 is just about ready to start. Folks, what do we reckon? We're getting some exciting stuff. We're having this close-up Viking, SF, Weaver coming into action, and then OG switching it up a little bit. This time, Thompson's going to be on the arc board, and we get that mid-1 silencer.
Yeah, it's really interesting the way that they've actually decided to go for this. It's very out of the box, but it works well with the Batrider, right? That's what we always like seeing with Batrider is actually the global. So that when you initiate, you can always get these types of kill setups, and it's a similar lane concept that they were doing, right? Don't pick a melee carry into Slardar. Get that distance so you can easily beat on them. So cool. Yeah.
I mean, sort of, how do you sort of rate Silencer at the moment here? I mean, you talk about the interaction with being able to play aggressively with the bat, but other sort of factors like what makes this hero work at the moment in a core role?
Just if you have space creators for you, like people to create the distance away from you.
I mean, how do you sort of see Weaver as a carry in this patch and at this moment in Dota? Is this a hero that can really, or what does it offer in the position 1?
I think he can be fine. Yeah, he's super elusive, and when you're playing versus limited lockdown, he can just mess with stuff a lot. And he is playing versus some limited lockdown, so I think he could have a pretty good time. However, also Silencer is very good versus him because Arcane Curse. Shad, there is a sentry up there. Shad actually might be getting caught top. I think he's dead.
With this flame break, they've got him. Good control here between Seb and Saxa. We saw Saxa just absolutely totally on it last game as the Tuscan here in round 2. He's ready to give it another bit of a showing. Bottom lane, mid-1 does get the kill on Toby. Just live for it, but mid-1 getting that plus in before he goes down. He's more than happy to take that trade. Vikings probably not going to really move their heroes around too much. Aramis just having his most potency paired up down on this bottom lane.
Here's this move toward mid. Boom. He's stepping up to Thompson, but Sox is here.
So, and under the tower, doesn't manage to get the cookie in onto Thompson. Boom. Getting the raise is off the mark a little bit as he does not connect onto Thompson at all. Lose the 2 of them, but Thompson's able to walk away.
That exchange right in the middle of the tower, but all's good. Thompson survives. And Soxa continuing to be active.
See that bottom? Kind of going on to Nota, but Nota's got the stick charges and the living armor. They're turning on to Toby. They'll be able to get the kill onto him. Aramis is trying to finish it off, but he's got to run away from mid-1. Damage between the 2 of them too much. Aramis trying to juke kill Toby with the raindrop. He felt that he could get the kill on Nota, but he couldn't. Indeed, that raindrop saves him at the same time. Thompson, he was able to get in the jungle and find Boom. He has Midas on line and very good timing here. And with that in mind, you know, unless they can start making some moves onto Thompson, he's going to get a lot further ahead than Boom ever going to be able to get. As mid lane set, jump in, drop the last solo for the quick kill onto Celery. Aramis does come in with the cookie onto all of them, but it's not enough to save Celery. Now Aramis himself in trouble as Thompson and Step will try and run him down. Boom's coming across to force them away, comes in with the first raise. Spin onto Thompson, but cannot close the gap. The double will fall, but again, Thompson, I mean, this mid-arc for him, 4-0 and 1. The bottom, no tail. Gone to Aramis, but mid-1 being a little cautious as Toby comes in with the TP. No tail actually doing so much damage alone to Aramis, nearly bringing him down. Toby will be able to stop No tail. Down with the crush, but backs up here for No tail. Saxa's over with the snowball. They are going to start firing off the Mortimer's kisses. Doing good damage with that crush. They're kind of turning it around. They'll be able to get the 2 kills in response. They won't quite be able to get a hit on mid-1, so not
is in danger.
Other day, Diffusal. Getting very close now for the Weaver.
Okay. I mean, when he's got, if he gets that at a decent time, like he can still look to get involved, and Silencer is very vulnerable. But got him.
Again, making another move, stripping it onto the Slardar. Toby's trying to run the globals out. Toby pots the stick charges. They do manage to keep him alive, and now he's able to turn over towards No tail. And with a big hole coming out, they're able to blow up mid-1. Viking, solid. Get towards what is going to be quite a good timing on his BKB.
Absolutely. There is some BKB piercing disables, though. 3 of them, in fact, and a global. So lots of different things they do have to do with his bottom. They really want this tower. OG, they're doubling down, bringing 3-4 heroes.
Now, Shab will be able to finish off the tower. See how many lives they lose because of this, as Aramis will be left. Saxa shards out. They've grabbed another. No tail closing the gap with the lead. You see the knockback from the flame break. The tower, but it does cost them the lives of both supports.
Kills in return every single time, it feels. They're waiting on the high ground here too, Shad.
And Shad's coming in.
There's a sentry for him.
Put with the time lapse as soon as he's aware that their setup is out of them. Careful, 300 away from having the defusal. Lasso, dragging him up onto the cliff. He's stuck, but the cookie save. Aramis able to get off the cliff. keeps him
Now
safe
boom,
still. He had to use the record to push them back. Is it going to cost him his life? He's still alive. Finally falls, but now the Mortimer's kisses coming out. They're getting kills in response. They'll find No-Tail. Shad's trying to run down Midbon. Midbon trying his best to juke away on the Weaver, but Seb and Midbon are on top of Shad. Shad puts the stick, but he's too squishy. As Thompson, he's just cleaning up. Only Aramis is left. He's doing his best to run, but the Spark Race are being laid down. The silence kicks in from Seb, diving and tanking the tower as they'll claim another kill. And with that team wipe as OG clean up. Viking this time not able to push them back. And this is certainly going to make things on top lane. Shad, they're hunting him. No-Tail's got the setup with the Overgrowth sentry down straight away with the time lapse, but after it, they're ready, waiting with the global, so no further escape for Shad.
That's 22, right? 22 int now on mid one.
It's a lot.
Toby was from the laning phase, and now, speaking of Toby,
another jump. Thompson's in with the Tempest to provide that extra bit of damage. Toby cannot escape it as they are just destroying him now. And as you say, this was something that the panel said that it was very important for Toby to have a good game. He needs to be sort of the driving force for Viking, and OG's showing that they're very much addressing that as they continue to just bully him out of the game, out of the lane every time that he comes back into it.
See what they can do top here, though. They have the defusal.
So they've got the kisses coming out to Midbon, Dust out as well. Midbon being surrounded, the silence does kick into Boom, but Midbon will fall. Able to use their resources to take down one, but on the side, the fight continues as Shad and Aramis find themselves the kill onto...
Maybe they get Seb.
They're going to get Seb as what they are.
I send you back to the promise.
Okay, big return kills there.
Yeah, Shad able to clean up nicely with the diffuser blade, as we're seeing, just allowing him to do a lot of damage at this point of the game. And when the fights do start to fall apart, Thompson out with the PP, nothing from Shad, of course, to be able to cancel that. Get the double though. Thompson actually in a position where he's able to kick out a lot of damage before he does finally fall.
That was nice. I like that little spot there he found for himself.
Now mid one seeping over towards the mid. There's Boom. 7 stacks are on the lead. Boom's gonna get jump lasso dragged back into the two of them as Boom taken out. And it's just the way that OG can make these moves right there. They've got these perfect heroes to just anytime anyone comes anywhere close to a tier 1 tower, shows in a lane, OG's lineup jumped, and it's going to get the kill pretty much every time. Fireback did spook them enough to back off, but it isn't going to be OG playing passive. They'll leave Roshan and try for a smoke wraparound. They know that Viking GG are going to be held over on this side, prepared to jump into the pit when they see OG going for it. OG wants to catch them beforehand.
On Thompson. He was already hitting hard.
Yeah. And we saw Midbon get pretty farmed on the Arc 1 last year. You know, Thompson's sort of, seen it as a challenge to try and outdo it.
Oh, the shards.
Boom. He's got BKB ready to pop if he feels threatened, and he's going to use it. No-Tail holds him back, though, through the BKB with the Overgrowth. Global Silence comes out. Shad trying to commit onto No-Tail. We will get the kill, but now with the Silence and the control, Shad's in trouble. Does still manage to get the time that's off in time, but he's going to fall so low.
Mid one.
Is he going to tick down to the curse? Then on top of mid one, Toby's managed to be able to finish up the silencer. But now Toby's alone as Thompson and Saxa surround him. The Slardar will fall. Let's jump forward from Seb. He's got the lasso. He's managed to catch out Boom as Boom dragged back over. Can Viking do anything to save him? They cannot. Boom's out of the game for 70. That will give them a solid amount of time to step into the pit themselves. OG, without any warrior Viking being able to put any sort of fight together. Shad really needing that BKB. As we can see, he's just going to time lapse out and run away every single time. Still too squishy, too vulnerable as this carry will be. Big jump.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they've also got to sort of hope that whoever they jump is not with backup. You have a lot of counter plays and Thompson and Seb. They're just finding Boom. Anytime Boom is trying to push out alone, they're just always there. They just always know where he's going to be, and they're able to jump him. He just can't find anywhere to be safe. OG's always got his number.
I mean, Seb is just dominating this game so hard on this bat.
This is definitely the thing that teams are going to have to bear in mind, right? This series just a showcase, the Arc Warden. You don't know where it's going to be. You don't know who's going to play it. And it doesn't really matter. Thompson or Mid1, both of these players just show how how proficient they are on this Arc Warden at a level that's, you know, I said, after game 1, it was like, damn, that was a pretty crazy performance from mid one, and then Topton's coming in 11-0-5. He's just doing the same thing again.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely came doing their homework today versus Viking, versus the Slaughter first pick. Both games back-to-back. All these heroes just getting poked from a distance from OG. Boom, down to half HP. The mech is forced back down to half HP.
Just a spam, sort of a curse out, a few hits from the Arc Warden. And the heroes of Viking have to be so cautious that they're trying to poke at Dobson, but he's playing confident with that Aegis. He's just standing there on the high ground, punching into the racks, and Viking GG, they just can't seem to push him off. Finally popped the fortification. OG, they're not going anywhere. They're standing here on the high ground. Another curse out, again with the bubble. Shad does manage to get in to get the double, but he's got very close to them. Time-lapse shoots to get out of the side. Seb, he found the jump onto Aramis, bringing him back. Global Silence is out. The BKB's there, but getting the overgrowth straight away after the BKB. Pucks down the SF. Shad's got to get out of there. Aramis is going to fall. As they just cannot fight OG. They don't have the heroes or the items. OG are just too far ahead. Viking GG, they cannot tackle OG at all.
Celery's nearly dying to the double for 2, as well as Aramis. Just these hits.
Saxa, extra bit of control. The Silence is going to chase down the Weaver with the snowball. And looking over to Toby as well. He's been dust. Saxa's going to TP out underneath the tower. He's going to get away with it. Getting in that close, that aggressive, and also able to escape.
15,000 gold lead. OG is just...
Oh, and Thompson.
Here, but Thompson, he's so far forward.
They're able to get on top of it. Thompson's dead. And now over to Notel. Notel's going to fall as well. All right. I mean, they're 2 heroes down 70 seconds. They do not have buyback on these heroes. Kind of taking a bit of a snooze as they casually walked away from the base. Viking, they pounce on them and they kill him.
What was he? Was he looking for a kill? Because he they had left there like 40 seconds ago or something.
I think he was just farming the creeps. He was chilling.
I mean, he was just relaxed. He got caught off guard. G now.
All right.
I have to be careful for 30 seconds.
What Viking can do with this. Looking over towards Saxa in the trees. Dust comes out. Shad's been caught. BKB's there in time before the lasso. He's still locked in position. With the BKB up, there's no follow damage to kill off Shad. Bash there onto Saxa. They find the killer. Shad's continuing to chase for more. Mid one's able to force up to the high ground. Curse out 2 of them. Shad,
nice
time-lapse is out. Toby, he's down a little too deep. Can they save him? They cannot. Mid one's got the damage to kill him off. Shad goes back in over towards Seb. Seb's too speedy though for Shad to stay on top of. As he's away, Mid one's been left behind though in the mid lane. The Dust is out. Put the Global Silence, but Mid one, he cannot stand his ground against this damage. It's Viking GG. They killed the Silencer. Notel's coming in with the TP. Seb jumps forward once again. Boom. With a BKB Red Queen pushing Notel off to the side. They've got the vision as well. Notel falls. That's going to be a dead Notel for 45. Thompson's back in the game. Trying to kill. This time it's Viking getting out. Boom's able to TP out under the noses. Celery will be left behind. But Viking, I mean, they showed us now how they can sort of punch back when they are down in game 1. Leading the way. Got wars there, but I mean, they see each other here. Both teams with the jump. It's going to be Seb first to jump though, straight up with the lasso, but Toby's in with the counterplay, comes in with the crush. Seb, able to get the yuked off in time. They're able to get Boom off the cliff. The cookie, Boom turns over towards Seb. Seb's going to go down. The living armor from Hotel, not enough to save him. Thompson's TPing out of here. They're trying to back away. Shad over to the side. He's cutting up to 2 of them. Boom gets the second kill. Shad's still alive, has been cursed, still has the BKB and the time-lapse to rely on. Mid one and Notel are hunting him, but the rest of Viking could sweep over to try and connect. Shad going back in. She does mean that curse is going to last for quite some time, but so not enough to kill him. He picks up the demon edge. He gets out of there.
Big last few moments, but Thompson has now arrived. The neutral item. Aramis is able to get, I think it was what, a fairy fire or something? Greater fairy fire it looked like. They both do. Weaver and SF are very close to having very similar timings.
That's going in. See what it can do. Notel's in the trees already. Silence to take a poke at the side. Thompson going in with the Tempest double. Notel with the overgrowth. They got the grab on the slide out. Toby's out of the game, but he has got buyback. Notel, he slides to the side. He's able to live. BKB pop by Shad as Shad starts to back away. Boom with the BKB. Trying to commit with the ult, but straight away the Global Silence comes in, and now Boom, he's got nothing else to protect himself. Has just got the 1 charges. Thompson trying to chase this with the doubles. The Spark Race getting laid down. Boom and Celery, they've got to juke this out. The focus going to be paired over the way towards the Chen, but Boom, he's dodging the Spark Race. Toby comes in with a crush. He's got the catch onto Seth. The bubble's going to be laid down as this is a flying over, pushing OG back, but Thompson's still able to
chain
get onto Toby. The cookie gets Toby back towards the fountain, and Toby will survive. He's able to get back just in time for the fountain regen to keep him alive, but there's 2 dead on Viking GG. OG's got the full squad up as they clean up the top racks, and now over towards mid they go. This tier 3 in trouble. 30 seconds without Chad and 30 seconds without Celery.
Ags on Aramis. Here he comes. He's throwing up in the SF.
He's straight in. Oh, it's going to work. Oh, but the snowball. The counter play is there, but it does allow him to kill off Thompson the 1. It kills Thompson the 1, so now with the stun on the 2, they can turn. It's Saxa. Thompson with his second life jumps straight to the side with the blink dagger. Now focusing on fire straight onto Boom. Boom trying to get the race out, but Boom goes down. Boom's going to be back in with the buyback. Thompson is chasing, jumping forward with the E-Blade blink build on his double. He gets the kill. Boom, the only man left standing as he's forced back to the fountain. It was a beautiful attempt. It was a beautiful attempt. And it just wasn't enough. Thompson even killing off Boom inside of the fountain. Jad's trying to turn things. They are low. Has managed to time that. It's mid-one. Will go down. The E-Blade hit not there in time to stop the final right click. And with the second E-Blade, it looks like Shad will die for his efforts. And with all 5 dead, no buybacks, there should be room for OG to close this one up. As GG is called, and indeed, OG will take game 2. This time around with much more of a lead, but once again, you know, Viking GG, you got to give them credit where it's due. These guys, they're fighting despite how far back and far behind they are, and they're still able to pull out the fight sometimes. It's just not enough at the end.